Okay everyone, welcome back to the Price Action Labs YouTube channel. So in this video, I'm going to be going over an ES short trade that I took on the 1-minute chart. So we're just going to start off by looking at the time frames from a 15-minute chart perspective, right? So I often get questions about what market do I trade, what session do I trade. So this is basically the 15-minute time frame on ES. So just taking a quick broad outlook as to what's going on here, what we can see very specifically is we have our most recent high, or our dealing range high, and our dealing range low. So these structural points here, I've had them for about basically the entire February, or most of February. So all of what we see here is inside of the dealing range high and dealing range low. So it's important to know where your dealing range is. Now, from the dealing range, we can begin to then dissect where our key levels are. And so this is a very common question I get. How do I find my key levels? And so today was an interesting sort of day where we broke a few rules. And so what I mean by that specifically, so if I just take a look at some of the indicators that I use, yes, I use the fib, even though this is not really an indicator, right? So this is the 50% area. So anything below that would be by definition a discount. However, I shorted from absorption area 3 down to absorption area 2. So I was shorting a discount. So that is technically breaking the rules. And I'm also shorting below the weekly opening price. So for those who understand how I trade, I look for longs in the discount, and I look for longs below this weekly opening price. So what made me go for shorts, right? So the simple answer is order flow. Right, so when price taps into my level, right, in order for me to go short like I did today at 68.70, I was looking at this data over here on the footprint charts, and once again, this data here on the footprint charts. But before we go to the footprint charts, let's try to understand the overall